guys know, this is going to be a very, very special stream today, so I'm going to greet you and bring you through. So anyway, hello everyone! You guys know, as per the discussion of last stream, some of you have had some very wild opinions, mostly about David Tennant, etc. However, I have to correct y'all because, like, I have to tell y'all about the fact that I've been fighting David Tennant clones for, like, years now. I know it's a very difficult secret to come out with, but it's a secret nonetheless. Welcome, everybody. We'll be heading off to the meeting in a minute, but first and foremost, I hope y'all are having a good time zone. And hello, every nan to you all. Today, we're going to be talking about a deep part of my career as a magical girl from the moon. I am some kind of fucked up moon angel. I didn't know this. I spent most of my, like, youth thinking I was an ordinary person, an ordinary kitty cat, if it were. And, well, I didn't have cat ears then, I do now. But by some tragic accident, I learned that I could grow cat ears and a tail, and I was secretly a really powerful being. Because although I avoided the protagonist desk at school my whole career, I have avoided every magical creature trying to turn me into a superhero. I did. And I have been avoiding that job for God knows how long. Anyway, so a problem happened ages ago, and we're going to discuss that in our PowerPoint today. We're going to reveal all the angelic pause law. So hold tight, chat. Hang on tight, because you're going to learn some new shit today. We're going to have such a great talk. Are you guys ready? Is everybody ready? Yeah, are you grooming yourselves? Have you licked your paws? Have you licked your pawsies enough? Are you ready? Are you ready, chat? Yeah? I think you guys were born ready, honestly. I think you guys were actually born ready. So, anyway, I've had to fight Microsoft already, so let me take you over. I'm gonna bring my tail down at super speed because I need you guys to pay attention. Anyway, am I positioned? Good. So, this is my PowerPoint, my very sought after and important smart PowerPoint. David Tennant clones I can win a fight against by Angelic Pause. I am the writer of this PowerPoint. I totally did not do this within a day. And there may or may not be typos and spelling errors that I have not checked upon. And therefore, we are going to have an adventure, chat. Today is an adventure, and I believe in us. I believe we can get through it. So anyway, I just want to start off with a bit of a basic history. A bit of basic history so you guys understand the PowerPoint and why we're here today. So the great David Tennant cloning started when he cut off his hand and created the second David Tennant Doctor, also known as the Metecrisis Doctor, who we will go properly into in a while. But basically, it turned out, whenever David Tennant, oh god, scuff number one. Whenever David Tennant loses anything, like a lamb or anything important, he could gain the miraculous ability to create a second David Tennant in his place. Which is why there's about 26 in existence. Ever since then, there's been about 26 David Tennants in existence. And the number is ever increasing. The number is ever increasing. Imagine if we had dandruff. What the fuck? I did not consider that. Thank you for appealing that to me. I am a magical girl, as aforementioned, and it is my job to stop things that knock the balance out of the universe. I do not want this job. I was just genetically predispositioned for this career line. So you see, it is my job when something knocks balance off the universe that I do something. And basically, too many David Tennants in the universe causes a collateral disaster among disastrous proportions. The world just gets a little bit too much better, and we gotta have some suffering so our shoujo manga protagonists cry more. So here we are now, I guess. We're now doing a beautiful PowerPoint. I have worked extremely hard, chat. I hope you guys enjoy the ride, because God, this is the only time I'm gonna be doing this. I hope so. I hope I never have to pull this out again. I've added a little crying emoji just to show you how it feels to wake up every day and learn that a new up-and-coming David Tennant clone has appeared, and I have to be called again as the chosen feline to deal with him. But basically, this basic history is a good backstory, but this is mostly about how I fight him. Because you see, that in every situation like this, there needs to be somebody who recreates balance, and that person is me. So anyway, I'm going to move on to the first David Tennant I ever had to fight in the history of my existence. The 10th Doctor, normal. We put in brackets normal because like, this is the most normal one of the lot, I'm gonna be real. But yeah, I probably beat him because he's probably still too busy crying over Rose Child to focus on fighting me. He's probably gonna see like an image of a rose and he's probably gonna start crying and shit, and honestly, it's gonna feel kind of pathetic. It's gonna feel kind of low-key sad and pathetic because, like, you know. And I don't know, he has the body of a stick. I feel like I have to point that out because it's important. Because when I was brainstorming fighting David Tennant, I came up with a wonderful plan via suggestions of other people. That maybe I could use him as a Why am I even doing this? So I'm having a crisis. I'm already having a crisis and I barely started. Why am I doing this again? How much caffeine was I on when I was trying to think of content? Oh, too much, I guess. Maybe I can use him as a bat to hit the Metecrisis Doctor with. So basically, if I have no other weapon, I mean, I gotta use what I've got, right? And usually they've appeared together on the same beach, so I could just, like, come on in at the Doctor's ending, and my very marketable plushy form that doesn't exist yet will fly in from the sky, I guess. He'll spend too much time making a speech about he is the last of the Time Lords, and as his hair trembles to notice me using my super cute sparkly beam of friendship power, as all magical girls have. He'll be too busy talking about how he's the only one in existence and how sad and lonely he is to really focus on the battle at hand. He'll be trying to monologue at me. I'm gonna be real. And let me tell you something. I don't do monologues. I just transform and blast things and call it a day because I don't want to do this job. I want to get back to my fucking weirdo cafe where magical beings go into. I don't want to be doing this. There's also another thing I wanted to add because I think it was, like, really important, and that's why he was barefoot on the moon once, and he showed his feet for free. Why did he open it only found... Sorry, I had a crisis again. He was barefoot on the moon once and showed his feet for free. Why didn't he open an OnlyFans in 2008? It's unrelated, but I think it's really important to bring this up. No 3-minute magical transformation. I mean, I do, but it's a flash for him. It's 3 minutes of my life for me. But I always look like this. I always look like a little freak. I don't get to go back to be a normal girl at the end of the day. Not anymore. I've been transformed forever, chat. Actually made the PowerPoint. Yes, I did, Blue Kaiju. Welcome in, by the way. When I say I'm gonna do something, I keep my promises, okay? I keep my promises. So anyway, I think this explains, it's clear. Does anybody have any questions on this particular slide? Anybody have any, like, super cool questions? You're absolutely free to ask me, chat. If you don't, I'm gonna go on to the next, victim. I mean, defeatable David Tennant for me. You do? Okay, Girthworm, shoot. Go ahead. Go and ask that question. Fights one-on-one, or are you outnumbered sometimes? Usually one-on-one. I usually target a David Tennant when he's on his own, because I think if they're in a group, they'll become too much of a pain in the ass for me. I'm gonna be real. Not that he can ever defeat me. I'm like the annoying creature he has nightmares about at night, okay? Does he need to use money from the 2000s that he would earn off from him? I don't know how they all get money, but they do. I'm starting to suspect, some really criminal shit for them to get the money that they do, because they all seem to be earning the same amount of cash. I have a theory. My low stakes conspiracy is each David Tennant gets the same payment for each role because they need the David Tennants for whatever reason to exist. I want to understand this, but I don't. I am investigating, okay? I have reason to suspect this doctor has use of his hair to fend off attacks. Is this true? Oh, it is. It's true. His hair is the magic, okay? So, the reason why it's spiked up like that in multiple different ways is it's not because he uses an obnoxious amount of hair gel. That's just how he is. He's just like that powerful, and that's why I've been assigned to fight him. Multiple tenants become a super tenant? Oh, damn. I've never seen it happen, but I'm going to have to assume that it's highly possible they can all merge together and become, the super tenant. Sorry, I just had that image for 5 minutes. Anyway, moving on. Moving on. Each David Tennant is a Bitcoin that buy at the starting of its creation. That could be a possibility. So his hair's kind of like a spy shield. Yeah, it's shield against about like everything but my claws, but I don't tend to use my claws because I don't need to. I use sparkly magical girl beams of friendship and love. Okay? So anyway, moving on. Metecrisis Doctor. Okay, this is the first like one-off clone that we've gotten that came from another clone. So he's a bit photocopied, so his image is deep fried. He has one heart less sparkly beam. He has one heart, so one less sparkly beam of friendship and kindness is needed. So therefore, he's the easier one to defeat. I can hit him with the 10th Doctor. God. I'm starting to realize now with post-caffeinated clarity how the way I've written them. I can hit him with the 10th Doctor in the last slide and hit 2 birds with 1 stone. That is true. I see you don't want to get your hands dirty by actually touching him. No, I don't. I'm afraid if I get a drop of like David Tennant clone blood on me, something might happen, and I don't know what. I don't know what else to say, but it's sad he will come home to his family a defeated man, defeated by a cat girl on the internet. And I think that's enough to defeat him. He won't do anything else after this, I believe. And he also has sad puppy eyes, which tells me personally that a gust of wind will defeat him. Never mind me. So I think he's the least powerful of the lot, personally, other than, like, maybe a few others. With magical sparkly powers. Yeah, I use magical sparkly powers by default. It is, like, my default move. Mine do not steal. Do not steal, as it were said back in the day. But yeah, this is probably the side I had least information on, simply because he was the easiest to defeat, you know what I mean? That was like episode 24 of my first season, so like after I fought off the stupid transforming fucking plastic chair ones, so... Did you shave off one of his sideburns? God, that sounds evil. Listen, I am an absolute little criminal shit, but I'm not evil. I'm not gonna shave off one of his sideburns, okay? I think that's going too far. I am not that level of evil. Oh, you're evil then? Yes, you are, Girthy. Yes, you were. Anyway, next slide. The second David Tennant Doctor. The fact that there were 3 of them vexes me in a way I cannot describe. This is how I knew David Tennant invasion was happening, and I needed to stop it. There's 3 of them, chat. There's 3 David Tennant doctors. Please ignore that sound. That's Windows Defender being a prick. Please ignore it. I beg of you if you can hear it. Jesus fucking Christ. Can you fucking not? Can Windows Defender fucking not for one stream? Anyway. He still looks kind of sad. I think he's surrendered, to be honest. Not out of fear, he's just done with all this shit. I think he's done with me and everybody else and everything else, and I think he just wants to retire. I'm sure he'll come back with, like, clone number 10 over this lifetime. I have to fight them all. God help me. If he regenerates, like, another 10 doctors, I think the world is lost. I'm gonna be real. I'm praying deep down that he's finished creating 500 doctors, because there's only so many TARDISes I can hoard in my basement. And, like, you know what I mean? It's like, it's becoming a problem. I've kind of let Donna Noble keep him as a pet. I've decided to let Catherine Tate keep him as a pet, actually. I think it's easier that way. I mean, his face does look scared. I mean, true. Anyway. D.I. Alacardi from Broadchurch. I think he'll be the weakest of the lot, to be honest. Even his image is deep fried. And by that, I mean deeper fried than the rest of the images, because I did this within 5 minutes. I did not check if the image quality was good enough, so keep the deep fried JPEG, thank you. My super sparkly cutie beam of love and friendship would probably destroy the pacemaker, to be honest. I might have to fight him more gently. It's just the only one I have to fight more gently. Maybe it's easier to hit him directly with the 10th Doctor as a baseball bat, which is something that I've considered, which is way better than me using all of my power and destroying the pacemaker. He's more like a sad German Shepherd than a fighter, which is another thing I had to be careful of. He's more like sad, brooding German Shepherds vibes, so I have this horrible feeling if I try to fight him, that I'll completely destroy him. I don't know what to do with him, actually. I can defeat him, but I don't know what to do, because, God, this was the most depressing one that spawned. I don't know how he spawned or where he came from. I really want to ask Chris Chibnall what brainworms were eating his synapses to create this. But you know. So anyway, Donald Peterson and Evil David Tennant twin. I had to Google the names, and I still can't remember the name of his evil twin, so he's just another David Tennant to the pile. This is the best quality image that I've had on this slide so far, if you've noticed. I put them all in the same category, you see, for a reason. We're going to go through that reason today. I can take them both at the same time, is number 1. Evil twin David is probably expecting his choir to fight for him, to be honest, shameful. He probably sent all of the children from that movie to fight me. And I would convince them all, if they join me, they don't have to practice choir anymore, and they'll probably all fucking join me, to be honest, rather than deal with him. And Donald, honestly, the good twin, is kind of pathetic. I don't know. He should have called the police on that Mr. What is he called? Oh yeah, puppy guy. You could tell that I was Googling as I was writing this, actually. You could tell that I was Googling because I couldn't remember shit. But yeah, if he can't get arrested, then he has no chance against me. If he can't get Mr. Poppy arrested for all the fucking crimes he's ever done, then he cannot fight me. And therefore, I think my plan is they'll probably fight each other in the end, so I can sit back and watch. It's cool. I'll just watch these twins try to battle each other with their stupid fucking choir shit. I haven't watched Nativity in a minute. I don't know. Why does Donald look like Steve Jobs? I can't unsee it now, thanks. But do you have any questions? If you have any questions, chat, you feel free to throw them, by the way. But yeah, basically, this is the first time we got a 2 package ones. This is the only time this has happened, by the way, I think. As far as I'm aware. I probably didn't fucking fight any doubles of David Tennant other than these 2. But it was pretty easy because, number 1 of them ended up in the Welsh Mountains, and 2, the super serious stuck-up one, I just had to bruise his ego a little bit and let him fight his twin because that bruised ego. It's pretty easy. It's easy as fuck. But I had to Google a lot of the names because I'm terrible with names and I still can't remember what this fucker's name is. Does anybody know what his name is? I don't. I have to fight so many of these guys that the names become really worried to me. If someone were to draw you shaving off one sideburns, would you say it's a good side? I do not. Okay. Now we're going to go on to the next slide. Simon Darwin Brown. Fighting him seems so unfair with the baby face. I'm going to be real. It seems so fucking unfair. It feels like... It feels like I could steal his lunch money. It feels like I will be standing there like... Give me your fucking lunch money. It doesn't matter if he's wearing like a police uniform. He will just be like... He'll just give it to me because I think he'd be more scared and intimidated by me than anybody. I only know David Tennant because of me. I'm so glad you know of David Tennant because of me. I feel kind of bad, but it's my duty to stop the ever-growing population of David Tennants. It's like my duty. He makes me feel guilty though. I'll probably let him escape if he asks me nicely, to be honest. If he asks me like really, really nicely, I will probably like spare him on account of politeness because I feel bad. I would have stolen his lunch money if I was 12. Looks like he was a hall monitor in grade school. Yeah. But I can still fight him. I could probably defeat him within 5 minutes, I'm gonna be real. There's no intimidation whatsoever in this face. God, every time I see my viewer count increase, my heart beats a bit because I've come to realize how cringe I'm acting right now. Anyway... Scrooge McDuck. He's a fucking duck. What can I say other than the fact he's a fucking duck? I can just throw money at him and it's all over anyway, because if he's so distracted by the money, I can blast him into space, you know? He's just a fucking duck, man. He's just a fucking duck. This is when the David Tennant clones started taking an interesting turn. They started taking a very fascinating turn, you see? They weren't just David Tennant anymore. They became cartoons. They became prominent, important cartoons, and he's possessing them. Every time I defeat a David Tennant, they go on to possess a famous cartoon character. This plot twist happened in Season 2, Episode 38, and it's been affecting all the seasons of my anime since, knowing the fact that I have inexplicably given David Tennant more power by defeating him, and it has been a true haunting. It is absolutely horrifying. You guys should watch the anime that has never aired. And basically, Scrooge McDuck was the first one I had to face up to. It was kind of horrifying. His grandchildren were left without a grandfather by the end. Anyway. Show host David Tennant. This was a weird one. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know who made him, but I can beat him. I'm not sure why the show host David Tennant spawned and why he keeps offering me cubes. I didn't think he knew who I was, actually. Most other David Tennants have like an instinct deep down inside them that they know. Chaz now saying cube. Like deep down they know that I'm the enemy because like when they look at the moon they think of me and go, damn, that reminds me of my enemy. And basically he didn't know who I was. He was just trying to host a game show for some reason. I don't know what's going on. He wasn't even in the room of the game show, apparently. I decided this one's gonna be an easy case. I just gotta screw up the games and maybe he'll be frustrated, he'll give up. I actually went on the game show and I wrote my name as ass on the little thing in the front, like in Deltarune. And I did stuff like that, and basically I plummeted the ratings until it was cancelled. And then I said cunt on his show, and it was all over. I said cunt on his show, and it was all over, and I won. And basically, I spared everybody of game show host David Tennant. And basically, yeah, this was a weird one. This was definitely a weird one. So if you guys have any questions about this, I don't blame you, and you are absolutely free to ask them. I will give you a chance to ask the questions about game host David Tennant because I know this one's one of the more obscure ones. He still kept offering me cubes right up until the end of the battle. I'm not sure what they're for though. What game show is he trying to be? I don't know. I didn't read the synopsis. I just applied, convinced them I was like an ordinary person that's meant to go on game shows. And I basically stood there as a 2D anime girl, writing swear words on every panel that I could, so I could fight him, to be honest, because he was protected. He was protected by the game show rules itself. It was a fascinating episode. It was a big filler for the actual big bad, but, you know. But basically... I just fucked up the games over and over again until he was forced to realize who I was, and he remembered, and he realized I was causing him problems for some reason, and he offered me this cube. And I was like, I'm not gonna take your fucking cubes, bruh. I know it's a trap. You know my need to grab fucked up objects, and, you know, I defeated him. I said cunt, so I defeated him. Okay, so anyway, Igor the door. He's a fucking door, and what else am I supposed to say? All I needed was a screwdriver and way too much time to defeat this one. And I needed to put on my to-do list to steal a sonic screwdriver to save me time next time he possesses a door. Because he possessed a door this time. Possessing doors was an absolute new hit for him. I don't know how he did it. Not as hot as Dorkun. I mean, no. I mean, I don't know. I first thought to crash a game show to replace the show's content on screen with, I couldn't bring the hentai, sorry. And I can't do it here for the door because it doesn't affect the door, he's just a door. I basically got out a screwdriver and just unhinged him from the door, and I removed him and locked him away. It was a lot better than what I had to deal with, honestly. So yeah, this was one of the easier cases. This was season 2, episode 60. Killgrave, king of assholes, fucking creep. This one is the worst one. I'm not sure what dark corner he was spawned from, but he was spawned from it. His powers don't work on me, see, because I'm a cat, and the whole thing is not listening to anyone for being a cat. So, it didn't work. He started screaming at me, but I had no idea what he said. I'm gonna be real. I was too busy ADHDing off into the space. I pushed him off the edge of somewhere. I don't know. Fastest win on the list, IMO. There isn't much to say about it because he couldn't get me to do shit, so I pushed him off. I used my big paw, let me show you, my pawsies here, and I pushed him. And basically that was the whole thing. That it wasn't that interesting. Let's move on. Webcam David Tennant. This is the last one I want to bring up because webcam David Tennant spawned because of lockdown. I don't know. He just sort of appeared on Zoom, and apparently an image of a David Tennant becomes a David Tennant. I didn't know this until it occurred, and yeah. I actually never defeated this one, by the way. I couldn't defeat this one. I physically can't. Georgia is a very powerful queen who is his wife, and she is capable of punting me to the moon if I ever went anywhere near this David Tennant in any capacity. As much as I'd like for a pretty lady to punt me to the moon, I'd rather not have to fly all the way back because it is just way too much effort, to be honest. So this is the only one that exists undefeated to this day. This David Tennant exists undefeated only because he's a princess protected by his wife, and she'll destroy me, and I have too much respect for her not to back off. So I think I've seen him on Twitch somewhere. He's on Twitch! Is he? What? Is he spreading? Is he spreading? Has he played Minecraft yet? Because you see, it's all over once he starts playing Minecraft on Twitch. It's all over. It's all Jova for all of us. Don't tell me he has. Please tell me you didn't mention angry cat girls trying to destroy different versions of themselves. I didn't want you to find out this way. Oh. We're doomed, chat. Well, what do you know? We got some wonderful news today, chat. We are officially doomed. I couldn't fight him because of Georgia, and now we're in shit. Oh, god damn it. He's gonna absolutely destroy us all, isn't he? He doesn't know about angry magical cat girls. Well, that's because his wife is there protecting him. I didn't want this job anyway, actually. Maybe I should just give up. I don't know. I know I did this whole PowerPoint presentation on how I can fight and defeat him, but maybe what if I skipped out on this one and let him take over Twitch? I don't know. Maybe it'll be better if he took over Twitch. Maybe I'll be happier if he did. Maybe we won't have stupid fucking useless buttons on the website. Maybe he could dethrone, like, Jeff Bezos for me. I don't know. I don't know. I'm thinking it's more of a viable option than what I'm doing right now. Actually, if webcam David Tennant takes over Twitch, like, forcibly, I will let him exist. I will let him exist on Twitch because it benefits me too. We can shake hands on it too. I don't touch him or tell anybody he exists as long as he lets me exist on Twitch and he takes away some of the stupid ass bullshit that's been added lately. Yeah, could he write more concise rules for me? Like, can he write more concise rules? Maybe it's the deal we can go by. I won't defeat him as long as he takes over Twitch. I mean, it's an option. It's an option. Undo the font change. Please undo the font change. Oh my fucking god, please undo it. Maybe he'll undo all the problems. Maybe he'll undo everything. God, this could actually be an actual plan. A productive plan. Holy shit. Well, anyway, I've listed them all, so thank you for watching. Thank you for following me along on this PowerPoint journey. I know it wasn't long, but I didn't have much time. And these are just all the ones I have fought so far, and one of them I spared. So I will update this whenever I go fight another David Tennant of some kind. Thank you so much. I hope you had fun. Any changes to his class? Flappy! Thank you so much, Flat! Oh my god, it's so cool! Thank you for applauding!